Okay, I've been preheating the electric grill now on high heat, as high as it goes, for about 15 minutes with the lid closed. That's a very important step with an electric. Is it can do what you need it to do, but you have to do it right. You have to make sure that you leave the hood closed so that it can build up the temperature. I'm gonna go ahead and put these hamburgers on now. We'll leave those guys in there for a few minutes to get a nice sear, and then I'll flip them over to sear the other side of them. It's been right at 3 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and turn them over for the first time here. That's pretty good sear marks. They look pretty nice. I'm going to sear them on the other side as well, and then I'll turn them back over and set it to about medium high and finish them off. All right, they've been searing on the second side long enough. I've zoomed in a little closer. Hopefully you guys will be able to get a decent shot of what the burgers look like up close. All right, and now we're going to let them cook for about another 3 to 4 minutes. We'll take them off, and I'll zoom in and give you guys a close look. All right, I've got the burgers off the grill. They look great. One of the other things I always look for is, you can see they're all evenly cooked. That's a plus. You know, if you have a nice grill and you put on 4, 5, 10 burgers and half of them are burned, the other half are raw, you're not dealing with that nice of a grill. Let's cut into one of these guys and see. That's just the way I like it. And look how juicy. I don't know if you guys are able, I don't know how close the camera will zoom, but juicy, beautiful burgers. Next up, I'll get some hot dogs on there and we'll test it out with those. All right, now I've preheated the grill to medium high for about 10 minutes since it was already previously on. And now we'll put on some hot dogs. If my buddy Marston watches this, he would get a huge kick out of this. He's quite the hot dog aficionado. Maybe I'll have to get him by one day and he can explain to you guys the differences in hot dogs. But that's a different show. So I'm going to set these down and I'll come back in a few minutes and try to turn them over and get a sear on the other side. Okay, we're right at about 8 to 10 minutes on these hot dogs. As you can see, they got some nice sear marks on them. And they're pretty much cooked up. I mean, hot dogs, or at least most hot dogs, all you really have to do is warm them up. They're generally already fully cooked. So I just wanted to show you guys what it would do with that. Next we'll do some chicken legs and thighs, and then finally we'll get some steaks on there to show you guys. I'm about to put 2 nice New York strips onto the BBQGuys stainless steel electric grill. And first I'd like to talk to you about when doing steaks on an electric grill. It's not like a regular charcoal grill or gas grill, in that it gets to the 500-degree range and whatnot, but it doesn't have that actual flame or heat right there to sear it like that. Or guess what you'd be used to if you're used to cooking on something like that. So the reason I say this is, it's important that when you do something thick like a steak, you'd like to season your steak up. As soon as you finish seasoning it, plug your grill in and turn it on to high. Let your grill preheat without ever opening the lid for about a good 30 minutes while your meat comes to room temperature for that 30 minutes as well. Then you're ready to go ahead and put it on the grill, and you should get nice results like you're looking for or that you're used to on a larger grill. All right, I've got 2 nice New York strips as I previously stated. I've just put a little kosher salt and freshly ground black pepper on them, as you can see. Like I said, they've been out for about 30 minutes coming to room temperature while the grill was preheating with the door closed. I'm gonna go ahead and get them on quickly. I heard a nice sear, that's what you're looking for. You want to close the door immediately, and we're going to give those a few minutes, and then we're going to turn them over for a sear on the second side as well. All right, the first side of the steaks have been searing for a few minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over quickly and get to our second side. It's a nice sear that looks good. But notice with electric, you're not going to get a whole lot of flash and pop and the fireworks scene that you might get with a gas or a char grill, but it still does the cooking fine, and later I'll zoom in and show you what I mean about that. All right, we've now been cooking for a couple minutes on the second side. I'm going to go ahead and turn it for the very last time to finish cooking it off to the temp I want. As you can see, I got some nice sear marks there. It's looking pretty nice. All right, the steaks have now been on for a total of 8 to 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take them off. And the next very important thing you always want to do when you take your steaks off the grill like that is to let them rest with an aluminum foil tint over the top of them for steaks like that for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending. Okay, it's been resting for about 15 minutes now. And as I was saying, as you can see, it's got some nice sear marks. And we're going to go ahead, it looks beautiful. We'll cut that guy open. Look at that, incredible. So for about 40 minutes from start to finish, and that includes seasoning, preheating, and everything else, you could probably do, I would say probably 4 to 6 of those steaks on that grill at one time. I think that's amazing for an electric grill. Next up, I'll be doing chicken legs and chicken thighs on the BBQ electric grill. And like I was saying with the steaks, you'll want to make sure that you preheat the grill for about 25 to 30 minutes. This time on medium-high in between the two settings, with the lid closed, of course. And then, let your chicken, after seasoning, let it come to room temperature for about 20 to 30 minutes, and it's ready to go on the grill. All right, the grill's been preheating for about 30 minutes with the lid closed, and I have my chicken thighs and legs seasoned, and I put a little olive oil on them to help them brown up some and get crisp. And they've been sitting at room temperature also for about 30 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get them on the grill. Put my thighs on bone side down first. And I'm going to let that go for about 25 to 30 minutes, and then we'll come back and check on them and turn them over. Okay, we've been cooking the chicken now for about 45 minutes. I've turned it over a few times, maybe 3 or 4 times, and we're going to go ahead and pull it off the grill. I don't know if you guys are able to get in there. Let me see. It's about as nice a chicken as I can cook on any other grill. I'm pretty satisfied, and I think you would be too. I'm going to let it rest for about 10 minutes. Put a little foil tint over the top of it, and then I'll cut some of it open and zoom in, let you guys take a better look at it. I've had the chicken tinted now for about 15 minutes, and if you notice, there are 3 pieces missing. That would be because Mike snuck in to have lunch, and I had lunch as well. But what we do have left, I'm going to go ahead and show you. You see how juicy that is. Everything's cooked. It's delicious. Good enough for my lunch for sure.